For some time now, I have been a athletic fan, and not only athletic fan and enthusiast, but at one point I was a participant in terms of track and field. I usually run 100 and 200 meters and 4 by 1. So I had that love and that passion for the sport as early as I could ever remember being alive. Something that I have a passion to do. And even today, possibly my legs cannot actually manage that, plus my heart and other things. So I've decided to actually be a supporter, an observer, than a participant in such rigorous activities. Of course, the training many times in track and field was a rigorous one, and something that sometimes take a toll on athletes to the point where many athletes do not perform academically and otherwise as they ought to because a consuming sport, one that is in the latter days, I'm not sure I said in the latter days, in the former days, it was not well supported by coaches who were academically inclined to encourage the athletes to actually go to school and participate and all that. And there were less restrictions or less guidelines or less requirements in which the athletes had to actually perform at a particular standard to ensure that they maintain being a candidate for participation. At one point, that wasn't the case in Jamaica, and gradually, with time and knowledge, and not only that, with information and wanting person to succeed in other things, those requirements have actually been brought into the whole sphere of track and field and sports in general in the world. Now, there's a particular person I've been actually observing for a while that you presumably see here on your screen, and that is Shakara Richardson. And I sometimes, when I saw her performed, I really was wondering what was happening to her psychologically because she appears to have the form, she appears to have the drive to do track and field, but something seemed to be going on. Now, during the time when Shakari was actually trying to actually come forth and be a icon in the sport, we had a number of Jamaicans such as Shelley and Fraser Price, Elaine Thompson, and other individuals. So Shakari was not as dominant as she would have. And possibly if Shakari had actually run the last world championship, I'm not sure that she would have actually been placed in the first eight. I'm not sure she would have been placed in the first eight. But looking at her, no, it appears to me that Miss Richards might be signaling to the Jamaican track and field participants, particularly the women 100 and 200 meter entrance, that the guard will be changing as of now, henceforth. Now, Shelley and Fraser Price do not seem to be on her best of form. Elaine Thompson does not seem to be on the best of form. And Jackson does not seem to be on the best of form. And I'm not sure if Shakar is actually her preparation is such that she might peak too early before the next world championship. But I do know her current performances are indicating that she's going to be a force to reckon with. Maybe I am wrong. I presume other persons have actually seen this and maybe start supporting exactly what I am saying. But I want to look at this clip to sort of see how she performed and to see if my argument is making sense. That there may be a change in the guard in track and field, 1 and 200 meters, and 4 by 1 come the next world championship.
Sha'Carri Richardson will go in lane 5. There was a nervous pause there. I was thinking, is she going to come out of those gates? But she is here. Sha'Carri Richardson. Clean start in the women's 200 metres. Sha'Carri Richardson powering around the bend. Can she convert that into the straight? She looks tall. She looks smooth. Sha'Carri Richardson powers down this track here in Nairobi. She's got 40 metres to go. She celebrates, arms aloft, punches down as well. 22.
Ladies and gentlemen, did you see that performance? That performance is nothing short of brilliance. Her form was impeccable in terms of her hand movement, in terms of her knees, in terms of her relaxation, she looks imperious. Now, when you look at this point of the preparation stage, Sha'Carri is looking like this. I'm saying it may be the change of the guards. If Jamaica cannot find somewhere to compete against her. Now, what I do know is that the twins, particularly Tina Clayton, might be her next competitor, or might be the next person to actually do justice to Jamaica and go in the next World Championship. Because if it is that Elaine Thompson does not rise to the occasion, and I'm using that advisably, rise to the occasion, then it means that Sha'Carri might be number one. And so Shelley does not seem to be actually informed, possibly injured. Jackson does not seem to be on that form, but possibly at the moment it's a very early start of the season. You are fully aware what Francis does in terms of the coach icon in the world, and how he normally does his athletes. So it might be too early to say Jackson is out of this, but I'm asking the question based on the form of Sha'Carri Richardson, that imperious, excellent, majestic form, do you think the Jamaicans have a chance? Let me go further than that. Not only a chance, will the Jamaicans be able to dethrone her? Or will she dethrone the Jamaicans? It is going to be a sight to see. What we do know is that Stephen Francis, the leading female coach in the world for apparently the past 10 years, I would say the past 10 years, maybe the past 15 years, will he be able to find an athlete, a female athlete that is, to effectively, efficiently, magnificently outperform Sha'Carri Richardson? I'm not sure. It appears to me that the guard is changing. If she continues like this, and I'm speaking of Sha'Carri Richardson, I do not think the Jamaicans will be able to dominate her or for her to be placed second or third in any race with or among the Jamaicans. Shelley needs to get on top of her game. Jackson needs to get on top of her game. Possible Tina Clayton needs to get on top of her game. But the Jamaicans should not be concerned, but concerned in the sense of preparing themselves for a lady that seems to want the gold, to want to be at the apex of female sprinting, and who wants to be the person touted as the best female sprinter in the world. It is going to be a sight to see. That world championship, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a sight to see. But as I said before, I am forwarding there's going to be a change in the guard of athletic female sprinting in the world. I am proposing that Sha'Carri Richardson is going to split the Jamaicans from the top of the podium. Those are my views. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel as I continue to provide with trusted truth. Have an awesome day.